Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to change the oil on an F-Body. This works on 98 to 2002 LS cars. So things you're going to need, obviously I'm using my race ramps. I did post a video right before this on the proper way to use a jack under these cars. If you do not have race ramps, make sure you watch that video before you attempt to jack these cars up. There's just certain spots that you want to use. Okay, so you're going to need a funnel and a way to catch your oil, obviously. You need a 15mm wrench and then a way to take off your filter. Generally they're on there pretty tight. So I've got one that fits my actual filter, and then I've got an adjustable one. And then using 5W30 from Royal Purple, I got a good deal on this, is why I'm using it. Generally I use Mobile 1, but you do have to buy 5 quarts and then an extra quart because it takes 5.5 quarts, almost 6. And then for a filter I'm using Wix, so the Wix part number 51042. That's just my preference. I'm also using my race ramps, like I said, so let's get started. Okay, so once you have the drain pan under the car, you're going to slide under here. On the driver's side, you will see the plug. Alright, you're going to use your 15mm wrench on this. I like to do this a little warm. It makes the oil drain out quicker. So use your 15mm wrench and loosen that guy. Okay, so after I get the plug out, I always like to clean it off, make sure that the rubber gasket looks good, make sure there's nothing in the threads when you put it back in. This is a magnetic plug, so when you pull it out, there probably will be some gunk on the end of it. Don't freak out, not a big deal. Just clean it off and get it ready to put back in. Okay, so as you can see, the oil's draining. As it's draining, I'm going to go ahead and slide this guy on and loosen it up. If you do not have one of these, it might be beneficial for you to have one. The adjustable one just doesn't have a lot of room to swing, especially if your car has the factory catalytic converters. So grab one of these at your local parts store. It makes it really easy to take these off. Okay, so once you get the old filter off, I like to take a rag and wipe off the mating surface to make sure the new one is going to seat properly. The other thing I make sure of is make sure that the rubber gasket, this guy right here, is not still stuck on there from the old filter. That'll cause you some issues or a leak. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some oil and rub across this new rubber gasket. It kind of softens it up and allows it to seat better. As you can see, I've obviously got a leak. I'm thinking it's a rear main or maybe the pan, and I'll address that at some point. This is the first oil change I've done on this car since I've owned it, so I really haven't been under it to look at what kind of leaks it has, but we'll fix that in future videos. Alright, the new filter's snugged up there. One thing I didn't talk about, guys, is sometimes when the filter mounts upside down like that, a lot of people like to fill it halfway or even all the way up with oil. Some people think that helps with dry start. It's not something that I normally do. Just wanted to mention that before I went on to the next step. The next step, I'm going to tighten this guy up. You do not have to put the plug in super tight, okay? Just put it in nice and snug. The guy who had this car before me obviously used an impact, is what it felt like, because it was super tight. Same way with the filter. So like I said, just snug it back up with your 15mm socket. Okay, we're up here on the top side. I've already got the cap off, the passenger side valve cover. So stick your funnel in there. We're going to start with about 4 quarts of oil. Then I'm going to check it, and just to make sure that we don't overfill it. You don't ever want to overfill it. You don't want to underfill it. So sometimes all the oil doesn't get drained out. I have it setting for quite a while, but make sure that you get the right amount of oil in there. So we're going to put some oil in, check it, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so it actually took 5 quarts to get it to the proper level. So keep in mind though, when you start the car, it's got to fill up the oil filter. So that's going to use a little bit, so you always want to check it again after you do that. So we're going to start it up, pull it off the race ramps, get it more level, and then I'm going to check it a second time after I started it. And then we'll go inside and I'll show you how to reset the change oil light that comes up when it's time to change the oil. Alright, after pulling it off the race ramps and getting it level, it did take another half quart, so just make sure you check that. And now we're on the inside of the car. We're going to reset the oil change light. So with the ignition on, not starting the car, but just in the run position, you hold down the trip odometer for 12 seconds, and you will see it flash. And there you go. It is now reset. So if you have a manual, that is also in the manual. It's on page 617, goes through the how to reset option. But that's how you do it. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. You can post down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos. Thanks for watching.